Minnesota State University Moorhead, the Dragon Digital Network, Dragon Athletics, and Go Team Productions presents Minnesota State University Moorhead Dragons basketball. Oh, it's fun tonight to see those emblems up on the board. Minnesota Duluth is here. We've got two nationally ranked teams in the house. We're excited for this evening. And good Friday evening to you, and welcome inside Alex Nemzik Hall in Moorhead. My name is Steve DeStacio. As always, it is my privilege to be with you. Blessed to be with my partner, Jared Bledsoe. Here we go. The number one, the number two teams in the NSIC in scoring. Is tonight going to be a shootout?
Oh, man, an all-out shootout. I am excited for this game.
All right, Dragons held Minnesota Duluth at 58 points, their lowest output of the season on New Year's Day.
Right.
What changes? What does Tim Bergstrasser continues to tell me off the air? We just got to play our game, correct?
I would agree. Obviously, they can get it done on the defensive end. Got tremendous firepower. We talk about it might be a shootout. I'm excited for this game, Steve.
I want to see two guys who can shoot it. Can you provide me that?
Let's check it out.
Let's go.
We talk about these two young men. Drew Blair coming in, over 20 points a game, fifth in the conference in scoring, shooting over 42%. Definitely can knock down those free throws, doing a solid job on the boards, 5.5 boards a game. But Lorenzo McGee, a.k.a. Zoe, averaging close to 15 points, shooting 46% from the field. Able to knock down the three and does a solid job from the guard position and rebounding. Both of these players, Steve, you want to keep an eye on.
Players to watch, presented by Matt Buss. That is our old friend Justin Wick. Just to put it into perspective, in 4 years at MSUM, this guy was on the bench for when the Dragons went 96-38. The guy's 85-39 at Minnesota Duluth, getting it done as a head coach. This guy getting it done in his first year. Tim Bergstrasser, 18-4, as the Dragons are now perhaps a half dozen games away from a conference championship. Your coaches are presented by BSN. All right, Jared, I need some Bledsoe bullets. What do you got?
Yeah, we talked about a shootout here. Actually 6 bullets we got for you. Duluth, points in the paint. Obviously, you can get in the lane, get easy points. There's something we want to keep an eye on. Bench performance. Obviously, we talked about Blair averaging over 20 points. Who's going to spark for them? Second chance points. Obviously, the Dragons do a solid job getting on the board, so we want to watch for that. Spread the love. Penetrate pitch, setting teammates up. Contain the rest of the team. Again, Blair has been the bullet point so far. Lights out from downtown and deep. We want to watch that three-point line, Steve. We talked about a shootout.
Is that what you got?
That's what I got.
I'm buying what you're selling. Bledsoe Bullets presented by the MSUM Catering Services by Sodexo. Mike Gullingsrud, Nate Meisner, David Drexler, the same crew we had for the Minnesota State Mankato game are your three officials here tonight. Minnesota Duluth in their maroons. The Dragons are in their whites, and that is Jacob Benninga going to the free throw line.
Right off the bounce there. Watch the Bulldogs come out matched up man to man.
Joshua Strong got whistled for that foul. This is Jacob Benninga, the Dragons' leading scorer at the free throw line. Remember, he had those back-to-back 30-plus point performances. He averages 17.9 a game. That is good enough for 8th in the league. 2-0 Dragons.
Always be a good confidence boost to see 2 early free throws go. Early for Jacob Benninga. Dragons come out matched up man to man, extending that ball pressure. We see our player to watch, McGee.
Minnesota Duluth starters presented by Brandfolk as Drew Blair gets loose. Easy bucket for the Minnesota Duluth leading scorer. Dragon starters presented by Brandfolk as well. That's Benninga. Now, rebound to Charlie Catone. He's out of Shakopee High School. He's made every start for the Dragons, making his 67th tonight, or for the Bulldogs. This is Jack Middleton out of Edina. Underneath, Katona. Austin Andrews, all three guys from the cities mentioned above. Here's Andrews creeping in on Jaden Stanley Williams. And his shot in the lane is good.
Hook shot in the lane there by Andrews. Eden Prairie native.
These guys can score, like Jared said. Blair, 5th in the conference at 20.1 points per game, and then it's a drop-off. Katona, Andrews, 12-plus points per game. Baumgartner creeping in. Jaden Stanley Williams Off the rim, rebound taken down by Joshua Strong. Here he comes across midcourt. And Blair. He'll fire for three, and it's good.
Okay. Blair's fired up. 5 early points for this young man. And we talked about we got to keep an eye on him.
I got here around 4:30, and there were not a lot of parking spots, and I saw a lot of Bulldog stickers. They have traveled well, and you can hear them below. This is Lorenzo McGee. Reversal, tip, his own rebound, and that's what we call stick-to-itiveness.
Stick-to-itiveness is so second, third chance opportunities. Getting that bucket underneath.
Wasn't second chance scoring one of your bullets? That's one way to make second chance scoring. Here goes Jack Middleton. In the lane, now Andrews, doubled by Baumgartner.
Oh, great defense there by Baumgartner, doubling down. Dragons looking to run here.
Some quick hands on both sides of the floor.
Yeah. Unfortunate that time as we watch Stanley Williams not able to corral that basketball. But again, solid defense there by Duluth. Not giving up on that play.
Blair, up top, Katona. Jack Middleton, that got blocked by Baumgartner. There's more second chance points. That's Charlie Katona, and it's 9-4 Minnesota Duluth as we flip over the 17-minute mark of the first half. Both teams will go to their bench, or benches, at the next whistle. This is McGee, a little one-on-one on Katona. And another Dragon turnover. They've been so rare this year, up among the nation's leaders in not turning the ball over. Now Austin Andrews spins in the lane and scores, and it's 11-4.
Andrews getting that steal and going coast to coast for the Bulldogs.
McGee watches some picking action on the near side. Now Baumgartner on the far side. This guy can shoot it from anywhere. Dane Zimmer. Stanley Williams, no. By his lonesome is Katona for the rebound. The Dogs are up by 7 and they have the ball. This is Drew Blair from deep. No. Baumgartner the rebound. McGee. Strong and aggressive to the hole.
Nice job there by McGee, muscling his way to the basket and finishing.
Tim Bergstrasser said, "Yeah, you know what? The Dragons, we got to be us, right? But that also means going aggressively. The one thing he said, if there's anything, aggressively to the rack. Exactly what McGee just did there. 11-6. This is Andrews pulling his way in. No. Here comes Benninga. They do call the foul, and if this is Strong, it's his second. It is. It's not good optically if you're Minnesota Duluth because the whistle happened so late after there was stumbling, and that's why Justin Wick is not happy. Logan Kinsey's in for the Dragons, 6'6" freshman, Blaine, Minnesota, and Gabe Myron, 6'3" sophomore, Blaine, Minnesota. For the Bulldogs, first Baumgartner a three. That's good.
Nice little shot there by Baumgartner, getting involved early. Actually, we kept our eye on Baumgartner to be a great distributor for the Dragons. Clearly, he can knock down that long three.
Joshua Strong stepped out. Joshua Brown is his replacement. He wears number 1 out of Minneapolis. Inside is Katona.
Tell you what, Steve, these Bulldogs don't mind banging inside to get them buckets. Nice job there by Kinsey. Just the muscle we talked about, Steve. Muscle up and get a bucket. As this young man comes in and gives firepower for the Dragons as we go to break.
Heading to Fargo Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn & Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn & Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
Tonight's games are sponsored by the Microtel Inn & Suites. We make it easy for you to get settled so that you can do more, see more, and just relax more, especially in this balmy weather. Upgrade to one of our suites and enjoy plenty of extra space, including a pull-out couch, additional workspace, and a kitchenette that provides the conveniences of home. Sign up today for a better stay with Microtel. Jared, are you enjoying this warm snap here in Fargo? I think it got to one above today.
It was frigid out. And I didn't even talk to you about that. I had to warm up just a little bit.
Yeah, you're cold and you're inside. I'll tell you who's not cold. And these are the Dragons and Bulldogs.
Yes, both teams getting buckets early. I tell you something, one of the bullets, 10 early points for the Bulldogs in the paint. We talked about some things to watch for the Bulldogs, and they getting the ball inside.
10 out of 13, and a Drew Blair 3 from the parking lot. That last foul was on Blair. And here's Logan Kinsey to the free throw line for one after just throwing up a shovel shot. If that guy wants to shovel, he can come on over to my house
and
after the next snowfall. 13-12, Bulldogs on top. Dragons on an 8-1 run. I think it's going to be that way the whole game, don't you?
We talked about a shootout, yeah, between both teams. You're talking about over 160 points. So this would be a fun game as we stay tuned.
That's what they average. Again, as Justin Wick pointed out, this is Benninga.
On key from the top of the key. Giving the Dragons the lead. This is going to be a fun game. Talking about a shooter seeing that ball go through the basket early. Jacob Benninga knocking down his first triple of the evening.
Jack Middleton all the way in for the reverse layup. We're tied at 15. What Justin Wick told me, we got to score. They already have 15 in the first 6 minutes. They only got 58, their season low, on New Year's Day. Baumgartner. This is Dane Zimmer. Out to Gavin. Euro step. No. Zimmer, yes.
Excellent job there by Zimmer, timing that tip.
(17-15). Here's Middleton. In the lane again. Why are they getting easy looks inside the lane? You brought it up in one of your bullets.
Yes, I mean, the floor is just spread well and tremendous gaps for this Bulldog team to drive. Is Benninga able to drive himself, not able to connect?
Looks like one of the easier ones that Benninga is going to get the opportunity. Here's Middleton.
Again, look at the spacing here from the Bulldogs.
Looks wide.
Yes, very wide. Nobody's running toward the basketball.
Another shot from the parking lot. That's Katona.
Penetrate pitch kick. Katona knocking down the triple from the corner.
Whew. 2017. We've only played 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Kinsey. And Gavin Baumgartner. Dribbling in front of the Minnesota Duluth bench. Benninga. No.
Get back, get back, get back.
Katona the rebound. Here come the Dogs. A lot of energy in the building tonight.
Yes, it is. And the band's here too.
Band, choir. Middleton, step back three. No. Zimmer, the easy rebound.
Oh, I get excited when the band is in the building. Like you said, the choir's here.
I wanted the national anthem to be sung by the choir and played by the band. Uh-oh, Benninga. That's from deep. Nope.
ID.
He gets the green light anytime he steps across midcourt. Here's Joshua Brown.
Oh, great defense. Look at the defense. Dave Myron sitting down in a stance.
Stanley Williams and Lorenzo McGee back in for Minnesota Duluth. Matty Thompson is in, a 6'7" redshirt freshman. from Duluth East High School. You know where that is?
I do not.
It's in East Duluth. See how that works?
See how that works.
Come on, man. I throw you a beach ball. You got to take me deep. Rebound taken down by Kinsey. 11:35 left in the first half. Bulldogs lead the Dragons 20-17. I'm Steve, your resident geography major, literally. And that's Jared Bledsoe. Not so familiar with Duluth. He doesn't like Duluth. They beat him in his last college basketball game. Charlie Katona in the lane. Is it too soon? Lorenzo
20 years later,
McGee
still too soon.
ripped down the rebound. I was there, man. McGee. Myron. Aggressive to the hole. Benninga, an open three. He's missed 3 in a row, and they really haven't been that close as a foul gets whistled on the Dragons. It's on Jaden Stanley Williams. You know, I think that's the first time I've mentioned that.
What's that?
That Duluth was your final game. And obviously, it's as for most teams, in a loss.
Championship game, absolutely. That was a fun game. Back and forth.
After
Hats off
making
to Duluth.
history, beating Southwest and Bemidji.
Hats off to Duluth.
Lincoln Meister out of Rochester in the game. Down low, unable to get a rebound as Jaden Stanley Williams rips it down. Here comes Gabe Myron. Dragons down by 3.
Oh, nice drive there by Gabe Myron. We talk about the driving gaps for the Bulldogs. Gabe Myron creating an easy layup for himself on that ball.
Does it seem like some of the stuff has been too easy for both teams? Or is it just uber offensive talent? Foul McGee.
I mean, from a player standpoint, obviously we love to get up and down. From a coaching standpoint, it's probably driving both these coaches crazy to giving up that type of penetration. So it's something we're definitely going to keep an eye on.
Well,
Where's the help side?
And I'm definitely going to ask Tim Bergstresser. Is it? What is it? What do the kids say these days? It is what it is. Is that the situation here? Katona inside, or does this team have to be tougher? I would like to think it's the latter. We'll see. 22-19, Myron. Oh, behind his back, and then stuck. Here comes Brown.
Yeah, we just talked about the help side defense. Gabe Myron able to get by the first defender, the 2 Bulldogs. Right there as Kinsey gets there, rips down the rebound.
Trevor Kaiser, number 5, 6'2 senior, Dassel, Minnesota, from deep. No. Rebound to Meister. Kaiser has not played a lot lately. He's getting an opportunity here, playing out his senior season. Meister scores and gets fouled. Meister with a weight room move to the rack, and we'll watch him at the free throw line after this immediate timeout.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Dave Eggers for your personal price plan today.
All right, boys and girls, this is what you play for, and this is one of the reasons why we mentioned this is large for the Dragons. Neck and neck with Northern State at 13-3. You also look this time of year at NCAA. Right now, it's not NCAA's or tournament. It's perhaps winning a conference championship. Minnesota Duluth also at 11-5, 2 games behind the Dragons and Northern. Standings presented by Richards What do you got?
Bulldogs continue to pile up points in the paint. 18 of their 24 points are in that lane, as you pointed out.
And 2 threes.
And two
and
threes. That's it. And they may get an opportunity here at the stripe to get 2 more. But again, the Dragons will have to find a way to keep Duluth out of the paint.
One footnote that should be asterisked. That was Lorenzo McGee's second foul. So he's now on the bench. Baumgartner back in. Meister hits from the free throw line, and it's a 6-point Bulldog advantage with 9:09 remaining here in the first half from Moorhead. Women to follow. Baumgartner. Lorenzo McGee trying to solve Maddie Thompson, no doing. This is Trevor Kaiser.
Yeah, we talk about spacing, creating those driving lanes for the Dragons. Oh, solid defense there by Middleton.
And I think Myron shot that because there was only 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. That's a solid job by Minnesota Duluth. It all started with moving the Dragons back and then Middleton's block. Meister underneath. The paint points continue to pile up for the Bulldogs.
A little high-low action there for Duluth. And Meister finishing right at the basket.
Meister, Blair, Katona, Andrews, and Middleton all have multiple buckets in this game. This is Zimmer banging with Meister. No. Meister wins the battle. Here comes Katona. In the lane.
A shifty move in transition there. 11 points for Katona.
It's 29-19. Minnesota Duluth has opened up. A 10-point advantage. Myron stuck. Look at the job that Middleton is doing. Here's Kaiser. Myron muscles.
Nice job there by Myron going baseline, as you mentioned, muscling up and finishing with that contact.
He only had yay room. That's why cats have whiskers. See if they can maneuver through a small space. Myron doesn't have whiskers, I don't think. Here's the steal. Here comes Kaiser. Myron, foul. Uh-oh.
Went down hard.
Yeah, he went down wonkily too. Okay, here's the foul call. It's on Meister. And watch Gabe go down. Yeah, he did go down hard on his right hip.
Glad he got up, though.
Maybe he was just taking a breather. I mean, they're going up and down. So here's Gabe. He was battling leg injury, ankle injury.
Ankle, yeah, still has that brace on there.
This guy Blair, been banged up, you know. How banged up were you early February, your junior and senior years?
Yeah, I had a hairline fracture in my wrist shooting.
That would count as banged up.
Yeah, it's banged up.
But you're a hockey player. You played through it. Myron makes one of 2 and goes to the bench. Jacob Benninga is back in. It's a 7-point Bulldog lead with exactly 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. Hairline fracture in your shooting wrist?
Yes.
Okay, that's why you only average 20 a game, not 25. Now I know the rest of the story. It took me 20 years. Benninga getting bullied.
Oh, wow.
Katona's just making space for himself.
And making it look easy.
Yeah.
Great
What do you do if you're Benninga? Do you try to take an offensive foul? Do you? Here, he can't score. Rebound to Thompson and a foul. Minnesota Duluth is just out bullying, for lack of a better term, foul on Kinsey.
Muscling matchup so far. They're finding muscling in and getting the matchups they want inside that paint, whether it's Meister or Katona. And then obviously being able to knock down that long ball changes the game because you can't help off on the three-point shooters. Or sag off, if you will.
Here they go again. Down low. Meister. No.
And I like that adjustment there by the Dragons, double teaming Meister, forcing him to shoot a tough shot.
Kinsey came over to help Zimmer.
Nice find.
When the Dragons throw the ball away.
I like to see the young Dragon throw that down. Kinsey with the athleticism that he has. Tried to drop it off to Zimmer.
Turnover number 5. The Dragons have been in double figures all season long in the turnover category. I'm sure that's something that will be addressed at halftime as they go again. Katona! I think Tim Bergstrasser is going to try to find a way to stop Charlie Katona. He has 13, 15.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I didn't have to do anything. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But man, being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up out of bed to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. The sheer effort it takes just for basic life functions like breathing has earned you the right to have someone bring that sandwich to you. Your struggle is not lost on us. Have a sandwich, you hero.
All right, go get it.
Look at that. Wow. Think about the Intercom's audio center.
Ticker's ready.
This is great. This is Alex, Steve, Lauren, and Becca, the brains of this outfit.
Rolling.
This is why
Kill your music.
these
Bring in your naps.
webcasts are so great. Thank you, guys. That's
Absolutely.
Just
And
look at what-
students-
yeah.
Students get a chance to do that.
this
That's
isn't
cool.
Atari where
That's
they're
it.
pressing one button. This is high-level stuff.
A nice rebound there by Kinsey.
And a foul.
That's the type of energy and effort the Dragons are going to need.
Two's on.
They want to chip away and get back into this ball game.
Andrews the foul. Alex has more monitors that he's looking at than I have at
Stand by
work. And I'm in charge of the whole continent.
Three's on.
Good Lord.
Ford, can you find me a coach?
Press a button. Do something, Alex.
One's on.
Press the right buttons. Kinsey misses them both. Meister the rebound. 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half. 33-22. This is Blair, defended by Baumgartner.
Again, looking to get it back inside to Katona.
Why not? Guy is 15. Blair. Nope. He wasn't in the lane. That's why that didn't go.
One's still on.
Besides those 2 threes, everything else has been in the lane, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, they call this on Jacob.
Getting it done on both ends. Katona drawing that charge.
And we have immediate timeout. 4:54 remaining in the first half. It's Minnesota Duluth 33 and the Dragons 22.
3, 2, 1 break.
Hey, you want to warm up? Get on the Matt Bus. 72 degrees on that bus. Matt Bus is a convenient, cost-effective way to get around town, and it's warm. For more information and to stay up to date on all future service changes, visit mattbus.com and follow Matt Bus on Facebook and Twitter. Minnesota Duluth is shooting 58%. The Dragons have cooled off. Can you tell me why you're the one that has expert as an adjective of your title?
Well, obviously talk about the defensive pressure and intensity of the Bulldogs. I mean, you're not getting uncontested looks physicality. They're bumping the Dragons every time they get to the basket. And watch Katona get another bucket inside. 28 points in the paint for the Bulldogs. Katona with 17 of those points.
35. Notice he didn't argue when I said expert. That was the key takeaway from that. Here's Jacob Benega up top, Zimmer. No time for him to take a three.
And again, you look the airspace.
Baumgartner, that's a tough 15-footer, and it's good.
And that's what it's going to take. Players to step up and make some tough shots and some tough plays. Baumgartner answering.
Oh, one other thing we didn't bring up tonight. You know what this is?
What is this?
It's the first. Katona again. You know what next weekend is, don't you?
What is next weekend, Steve?
Super Bowl. You know what tonight is? First ever Wallfall Bowl.
Wallfall Bowl.
That we get to see. Benning up top. No. Well, live at least. There's been other Wallfall Bowls. Just the first one we've got to see. Thought you'd like that.
Yeah. Some coaches from the Walthall tree. They're going right at Benning. Blair with the tough fadeaway off the block.
That's only 7 for Blair.
And that was one of the bullets. Bench points, points in the paint. Where's the other scoring going to come from?
Well, you read a program. No one else did. It's a 15-point Bulldog lead. Kinsey. Nope. This is the biggest deficit we've seen, hasn't it? Northern got the lead late in their victory. They haven't lost anyone else here at home, have they? No.
Something I was checking out with this Duluth team, 7-1 away. So it's not like they're accustomed to go hitting the road and losing. They're accustomed to winning on the road. Definitely coming to play so far as they try to get it back inside to Katona, and he draws the foul on Gabe Myron.
Well, here's the thing if you're Minnesota Duluth. We saw the standings, right? Dragons, Northern State, 2 games in front of Duluth. You want to win a championship, you got to win this weekend. And right now, for the first 17 minutes and 14 seconds, Minnesota Duluth is outplaying the Dragons. Period, end of story. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, correction needed as Blair steps through, not able to connect.
Yeah, that's over the back on Meister. I thought it was a late whistle, but a correct one. They got Lincoln over the top. Each team has 6 fouls, so we'll go to the line if we need to for the final 2:35 of this first half. It's a 15-point Minnesota Duluth lead. Well, it was 17 all, Jared. It's a 2-on-1 and a foul. They get Jacob?
Yeah, they got Benninga in transition on that foul.
So this will be Charlie Katona on the free throw line. This Katona averages 12 points per game. Katona has 19. He's 9 of 10 so far as you look at Dragon head coach Tim Bergstresser. I got 17 fouls. The scoreboard has 5. I don't think that's correct. It is 1-1. The book is correct, not the scoreboard. This should be a 1-1 for Minnesota Duluth. MSUM Dining does catering. They'll deliver to business meetings, weddings, and other events. We'll work with you to create a menu that fits your taste, budget, and style. Visit MSUM's catering website to create your menu today. The scoreboard still reads 5 team fouls. I don't know if it's broken, but this is a 1-and-1, and this is what we have up here. Not that we're official. This is Catone at the free throw line, and that guy's got 20 points.
Obviously, we talk about the bullets lighted up from deep. Dragons only 2 of 11, a little over 18% from behind that three-point line. Obviously, we're accustomed to seeing the Dragons knock down a high percentage as a team, shooting over 36% from the three. Be interesting to see how they knock down three-pointers.
Baumgartner with 5 on the shot clock. Dane Zimmer for 3. Nope. Joshua Brown the rebound. 1:40 remaining here in the first half.
Blair going in his bag. Nice spin, move, and finish by Drew Blair.
I think Tim Bergstrasser is just trying to make it to halftime. This is a 19-point Minnesota Duluth lead. 1:17 remaining here in the first half. Kaiser up top, Myron. The Dragons have 7 points. They've gotten outscored 26-7. Myron shot short. 1 minute remaining in the first half. It has been a Bulldog onslaught. $15 on the shot clock. As I'm surprised, are you surprised Minnesota Duluth has slowed it down?
I am. However, they're getting the sets they want. Great job there, interior defense for the Dragons.
Baumgartner from the third row. No, and a foul. And a loose ball foul is going to be whistled on Dane Zimmer. If you're scoring at home, and Gabe Myron got whistled for that previous foul, which put Catone on the free throw line. This foul was whistled on Zimmer. There's a good look at Austin Andrews. 18.1 points last year, the NSIC Freshman of the Year in 2021. He misses here, and now the Dragons can play for the final shot in a game in which they're down by 19, and they've made 2 of 13 from long range. Eight seconds. Kaiser.
Nice interior pass. Oh, not able to connect there.
Zimmer couldn't get that shot to go, and Minnesota Duluth will go into the halftime locker room up by 19 as we're joined by Dragon head coach Tim Bergstrasser. Obviously too many points in the paint for Minnesota Duluth. How do you clean that up, coach?
We got to toughen up. We're just playing soft. We keep it simple like that.
Justin Wick told me before the game, we've got to score. They're doing their scoring. Where did your scoring go after it was 17 all?
We're just playing one-on-one basketball right now, and we could do it every once in a while, but we're just playing solo basketball now. That ain't going to cut it against that. They're playing good defense, and we're just forcing up bad shots.
Coach, real quickly, I know you want to get into the locker room. What's the first words in the locker room?
Toughness, stop playing timid.
Appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Dragon head coach Tim Bergstrasser. His team trails 43-24 here at the half. You're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragon men's basketball on the Dragons Digital Network.
Heading to Fargo Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn and Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn and Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
Coach Lockway, are you fired up for signing day?
I am fired up for signing day. It's always an exciting day. It's recruiting's a long process. It's a 13-month ordeal. We're 1 month in already to the junior process for next year. So it's nice to get to this day. There's always kind of nerves on, let's make sure nothing goes crazy, nothing changes. It's all good. And honestly, some of these guys have been committed since September, since August, that you can't talk about. And so you're just kind of sitting here going, all right, finally, it's bad enough to wait for Christmas, and that's like about a month. This sometimes like 3 months you're waiting to be able to talk about this. And so we're here today. I'm fired up.
Putting it up there with Christmas, that's pretty high praise.
Yeah.
It is a long process. What does it take to get to a signing day? I mean, you mentioned it's a lot of work and time and things put into it. What did it take to get to this day?
Oh, I don't know how much time we got. It's a long process. And really it's credit to our assistant coaches. They do a phenomenal job. Coach Needham, our recruiting coordinator, has a plan that's laid out, and to be successful, you have to do the work. I think it's very much like farming. Like, you don't just get to harvest a great crop. You're like, okay, well, I got to prepare the soil. I got to plant the soil. I got to nurture it. I got to build it. It's the same thing in recruiting. And so it starts with, in the last month, we've watched probably 3,000 juniors. And it's trying to figure out, okay, well then which ones actually are fits here, athletically. And then it's, okay, which ones are fits culturally, which ones then are actually interested in us, and then building the relationship. And so this huge kind of funnel narrows itself down over the course of 13 months. And so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of conversations, whether that's texting, phone conversations. In these worlds, it's Zoom, it's FaceTime, of doing those things and building relationships so that a young man does feel comfortable coming here and understanding that, this isn't his home, but it's going to be his home away from home for the next 4 to 5 years. And then hopefully he walks out of here and feels like for the next 40 years or more, this is home. There's a piece that is home that he can always come back to. There's nostalgia here. There's memories here. There's friends that he took from here, experiences both on the field, off the field. And be able to do that, we have to have guys come here and experience it. And so a lot of these recruits, they did their due diligence. They were here 2, 3, 4 times on our campus, making trips as a family, spending time with our players, with our coaches, watching all the people that interact with our program. It's not even in the athletic department. It's the relationship and admissions with someone that gave them the tour, when they go to the dining center and seeing the people there and interact. And so all of those things are what make family. All those things create a feel that this is a community that they want to be a part of. And so it is a group effort. It's not just me with a great sales pitch. It's us as a program. It's us as a campus. It's us as a community that really are selling themselves to these young men to have this be part of their journey, part of their story for the next however many years of their life. And so it's fun when you finally get guys that want to be a part of that. And now, like today, we get to talk about them.
Today is a different day. We do get to talk about these individuals, but as you said, it's a funnel, and there's a family, and there's a lot of individuals you start with to become part of that culture, part of the Dragon football family. How do you get down to what you need as far as a football program? You look at your roster, you look at the senior graduates, you look at all the needs that you want to increase depth in or skills in or whatever. How do you get to how many we're going to announce and get excited about today? How do you get to that number, and what are you kind of looking for, especially with this specific class?
Yeah, for sure. There's a piece that obviously there's a budget, so to say, like everyone's got a family budget. There's a salary cap board is what we call it, but there's positions. Like we're not going to have 250 people here. Like we have 110 spots. That's what we have. Those are what we're recruiting to. And so it is a little bit fluid of, well, who do we have on our team? Who do we don't have on our team? Well, this year we need 3 linebackers. Well, last year we only needed 1. Well, sometimes there is a little bit of dynamic of, well, I wish I was a year earlier at that position when there was more of a need or whatever. And so we're trying to balance those, but we're also trying to be forward thinking in the sense of, well, this is maybe what they are now, but what could they be? What could they become? Where could they maybe play differently? And so one of the things we do at our camps, we have guys that maybe only play offense in high school. Great. But you know what? we ask them to play defense at our camp too, to see how do they handle a different challenge? How do they handle a position move? Could we recruit them there if it's not going to work out offensively? And so we're trying to create as many opportunities to get the right guys in the door, in the family, and then the spots can work themselves out. So there are some areas that we kind of recruit that we're like, you know what, they're Dragons, they're fits. I don't know exactly where they're going to fit right now, but they're going to make it somewhere. And let's just bet on them and trust them that the path is going to present itself as they go. They're going to play themselves into being on the football field. And so it's kind of a back and forth of being able to think from different angles, recruiting coordinators, perception. We have our defensive line coaches watching our offensive linemen to say, yeah, is this a recruit that we think we'd want? Because, hey, maybe he could play defense. And so we try not to be siloed. We really try and have an open mind and see things from all different perspectives of possibility. And that's kind of how we get to this point. And obviously, we get to this point because they got to pick us. This isn't the NFL. We don't get to draft them. We're like, hey, here's the opportunity. Here's how we see you fitting in. Here's who we are. I think one of the things that we try and be really consistent about is everything we talk about in recruiting, every experience that you have in recruiting with us, we want to be the same as when you're going to be here. So we don't want it all this different crazy stuff of, hey, you know what, we're going to treat you one way in recruiting, but hey, when you get here, things are different. It's like, so we're very cognizant from the very beginning. We're here to help you make a great decision, to learn about the program and find what the right fit is. I'm not going to waste an hour of your time playing dress up, putting you into all these uniforms and smoke and mirrors and taking pictures. That isn't not going to help you get to a big boy decision of where's the next place that you need to be for 4 to 5 years. It's going to impact your entire life.
Let's take a look at some out-of-town scores. First games in the South. Oh, this is all north, south, south. This is a business weekend here. It's business the rest of the way. Concordia St. Paul leading University of Sioux Falls. Augie up at the half. Wayne State. How about that, Jared? 36-18, Wayne State. That's an Upper Iowa team that just shot the lights out against the Dragons last weekend. Mankato and Southwest, that's always a battle. It's a shootout in Bismarck. The Battle of the Beavers is taking place in Minot, and Northern State's got to be loving this score so far up in Moorhead. Almost the same score. It's 43-24 here. It's 43-25 in Aberdeen. Northern State leading St. Cloud State. This look around the league is presented by Richards. At some point, this schedule will start getting thin. Well, it's always getting thinner and thinner. Dragons tomorrow, men at 3:30 against St. Cloud State, women at 5:30. Minnesota Duluth will be in Aberdeen. Men at 4 o'clock, women at 6 o'clock. This peek at the upcoming schedule is presented by Bell Bank. It is 43-24. Minnesota Duluth here at the half. Jared Bledsoe will draw up some knowledge on the other side. You're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragon men's basketball on the Dragons Digital Network.
Today's live coverage on the Dragons Digital Network is brought to you by our broadcast partners, Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, BSN Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Brant Hospitality Group, including the Radisson Blue, the Holiday Inn, the Holiday Inn Express, and the Courtyard by Marriott Fargo, the Bridges Apartments, Herbert and Gerberts, Forum Communications, Inforum, WDAY, Gate City Bank, Matt Bus, Midco, Papa John's, Richards Transportation, MSUM Dining by Sodexo, State Farm Agent David Eggers, and Minnesota State University Moorhead.
All right, Jared, draw it up with Roland.
Absolutely. Going to get a great inbound play here for the Dragons that'll result in a Baumgartner 3. Screen in action. Baumgartner's going to come off. We're going to get it some handoff action right here, and he's going to come right off and shoot this 3 as we roll it. Screen. catching the corner, swing the ball to Zimmer, and just excellent squaring up, knocking down one of the Dragons' 2 3-pointers in that first half. And then we talked about the spacing of this Duluth basketball team and how they've been able to execute. Going to result in some penetrate pitch action here. We're going to watch Katona knock down 3 of his 21 points as we roll it here. Again, the spacing has just been awesome for this Bulldog team. A little hezzy, dribble action, penetrate pitch. Katona in the 3, knocks down that triple. As we talk about how this Bulldog team has performed so far.
I know Gavin's a little banged up. He was a little slow getting back to the corner after he was double teaming down low. We'll see how that continues to affect the Dragons. They trail by 19. You're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragons basketball on the Dragons Digital Network.
It's so much more than just a place to live. Bridges Apartments, located next to NDSU, offers all-inclusive leasing. Units are fully furnished with modern kitchens and include all utilities with internet and TV. Bridges provides a community that supports students with many conveniences like a state-of-the-art fitness center, controlled access keyless entry, gaming area, cyber cafe, and more. Call now and get up to $4,000 in lease incentives. Bridges Apartments, this is living.
We've all been there. People are counting on you and something goes wrong. Whether you're in a meeting, celebrating, or any group setting, food should be the least of your worries. At MSUM Catering Services by Sodexo, we start fresh with the best ingredients, and our culinary artists work together to create your favorite dishes. You can rest easy when we deliver the best experience right when you need it. Relax and contact the professionals at MSUM Catering Services by Sodexo today.
McGee, strong and aggressive to the hole.
Nice
Dragons down by 3.
Nice drive there by Gabe Myron. Talk about the
season. Meister scores and gets fouled. In the lane.
A shifty move in transition there. Again, look the airspace.
Baumgartner, that's a tough 15-footer, and it's good.
And that's what it's going to take. They're going right at Benny Blair with the tough fade away off the block.
That's only 7. Take a look at some stats presented by Papa John's. We thought the Dragons' turnovers were high. They had 5 early, but it wasn't turnovers. It was, how about some shooting? The Dragons are 2 of 13 from downtown. 27%. This is the 19th ranked team in the country, shooting 27% from the floor. They're getting out-rebound 21-18 in Minnesota Duluth. I'm not going to suggest they played a perfect half. Stats again presented by Papa John's. But they just got inside the lane, and then they were just physical as all get out, and they were very, very tough.
Extremely tough. And if you saw, there are only 2 turnovers, minimizing mistakes and capitalizing on the mismatches. It'll be interesting to see how both teams adjust this second half.
Okay, so I'll always ask you a lot of coaching, Coach Bledsoe. I'm going to go player Bledsoe.
Let's go.
You're down by 19. You're getting thumped, right? What's your mindset right now?
A lot of ball game left. Obviously, you got to get to the spots on the court that you're accustomed to getting buckets. Offensively, if you're the point guard, you got to set your teammate up for success, get them to the spots, and encourage them to take those shots. But it's going to happen on the defensive end. Obviously, the Dragons have to force more than 2 turnovers this half if they want to win this ball game. Katona picking up where he left off. Nice left-hand finish there in the lane, as we talked about. Now 36 points in the paint for this Bulldogs team.
I don't know if I've ever seen numbers that large, and we're just at halftime. This has just been a total bully job. And that's why you heard, what was the one word you heard from Tim Bergstrasser? Toughness. Yeah. There's Lorenzo McGee, just 6 for him so far. 45-26. Here goes Joshua Strong. Jack Middleton running one-hander, got it.
A floater. And again, the physicality on that play was just not as much as you'd like to see.
Baumgartner lost the ball. McGee has it. A little hesitation and a foul.
Nice job there by McGee getting in, but you see the physicality there. Not an easy layup there for McGee.
These Bulldogs have lost 7 times. Ferris State, Northern Michigan. There's no shame in losing to those two. And then in the league, Northern by 2. The Dragons got them 72-58. They've also lost to Winona Southwest. And last Saturday, 87-82 to Augustana. McGee makes a couple of free throws. It's 47-28. I promise you none of these Dragons think they've lost this game.
No.
But at some point, well, first of all, you got to stop Catone on this end of the floor.
Yeah, he's on pace to drop 40.
Running one-hander, Middleton goes.
Bulldogs just continue to shoot scorching hot, 60, almost 63% from the field as McGee drives and able to finish. Dragons will need more of that if they want to continue to chip away at this lead.
Yeah, offensively so far it's been Lorenzo McGee, but Minnesota Duluth also has 6. This is Katona. Guy's human. Just his second miss tonight. Here comes Baumgartner. Turns it over. Just a lollipop pass inside to McGee. Andrews and Middleton from downtown, yes.
Nice job by Middleton. I believe Middleton was the one that deflected that pass on the defensive end, knocking down the triple on the other end. The Bulldogs are just more active, if that's a word we want to use, as they contest this 3. Watch Stanley Williams fly in, not able to get that rebound, but got Zimmer on the actually on the offensive foul there.
Loose ball foul.
Yeah.
Only going for an offensive rebound.
Right.
$52-30. This is the largest Dragon deficit this season. Middleton, no, and a loose ball foul. Baumgartner just threw Katona down. That's one way to stop him, right? 2-point takedown.
A little physical. And something that we didn't talk about, Bulldogs did that without their starting point guard. He was in foul trouble. Joshua Strong.
They didn't need a point guard.
Yeah,
they were just banging inside themselves like that.
Wow, 25 points for this young man, Katona. He's come to play here in Moorhead this evening. He anticipates, tries to get the steal, and they call that on McGee. Again, just more active, aggressive, as Coach Bergs tries to talk about, just that toughness.
There's Justin Wick looking for his 97th victory, or I'm sorry, 86th victory at Minnesota Duluth. His team won the North last year and lost the NSIC championship game to the Dragons as Zimmer punches the ball out of bounds. Gabe Myron will come in. Jaden Stanley Williams. You know how many points he has tonight? As many as me. Nothing so far for Stanley Williams.
Yeah, only one player in double figures so far for the Dragons. And that's McGee, as you mentioned. He's our player to watch for the Dragons. Nice job.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
He's everywhere.
Right place at the right
this
time.
This guy's everywhere. 27 for Charlie Katona.
I think they're going to take a look at this, Steve.
They're going to say shot clock? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a shot clock is the only thing that can stop Charlie Katona. Mike Gollingsrud, our lead official, is taking a look at this. So we're watching it again. Does he release it? Yes, he releases it.
He released it.
Yeah, it looks like he
Wow.
released it just in time. We were going to use Gene's Steratore, but he decided to take some time off and not be with us tonight. They do count the bucket. It is 56-30. Jared, I asked you what the Dragons need to do when they were down 19. Now it's 26. At some point, this mountain will become too tall to climb.
You got to find and stop Katona at this point. 27 points, 8 boards, 3 dimes, 0 turnovers. So he's been extremely efficient with his Bulldog team. We talk about muscle. Myron going right into the chest of Drew Blair, getting a bucket. See if this will give the Dragons a little momentum.
This is Charlie Katona's career high. He had 25 on December 3rd against Bemidji State. There's a foul. It's on Blair. Now the crowd here in Moorhead is going to decide to get into this thing with the Dragons down 24. I imagine it's got to be hard to be a fan, too. They haven't had much to cheer about, right? 56-32. Myron, the stutter, Baumgartner, the muscle.
Nice job there by Baumgartner. 7 points for him. And again, the Dragons will have to find some firepower. One of the Bullets share the love.
Andrews out to Blair. Remember, this was the guy that the Dragons needed to stop. Now they're getting offensive rebounds.
Brown ripping down that rebound. Another bucket in the paint for the Bulldogs.
Lorenzo McGee defended by Middleton.
Just the
Too much
interior
defense. It's a
yeah.
3-on-1 led by Katona. And a foul. It's great defense for the Dragons getting back.
Yeah, that interior defense for the Bulldogs has been stifling.
Media timeout, 14:38 left to go. It's still all Bulldogs.
Kettner has it on the right side, Court right in the middle. Chase Grindy with a brace on that shoulder, went down late in the first half. He's ready to come back right to Ulm, spinning, and draws the foul. Roy Grigsby one where maybe he could have backed off there. Ulm looked a little out of control, but did get a piece of the arm, trying to make a play. It'll be the first on Roy Grigsby, first team foul. Zane Ulm to the line. He did make a pair of free throws earlier, but only about 54% on the season. Those 2 free throws, his only points of the game. Does have 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And makes the first free throw.
Look at that. We can make it to the cities and back like lightning. That's how talented this crew is. The Microtel Inn and Suites make it easy for you to get settled down so that you can do more in Fargo. Moorhead, upgrade to one of their suites and enjoy plenty extra space, including a pull-out couch, additional workspace, and a kitchenette. All at the Microtel Inn and Suites. I want to correct something, Jared.
Let's hear it.
This Katona has a season high 27. He's a point away from his career high. Brown makes it 60-34 with 14 and a half minutes left to go. Deniga, no. He got fouled by Middleton.
really would like to see Jacob get involved. Only 1 of 9 from the field, 1 of 6 from behind that three-point line. 3 of 3 so far from behind the stripe, though.
Well, that's not going to get him back in this game.
Possibly scoring points with the clock stopped. I get what you're saying, though. He's going to need more than just that.
He just missed. You jinxed him.
Oh, I jinxed him.
Dragon fans, Jay Bledsoe, hashtag Jinxmeister. 60-35. Bulldogs are like, yeah, we like this guy. Blair. Oh, my.
Wow, he shot that from deep. Shooting with extreme confidence. Blair knocking down the triple.
They're thinking about giving him 4. 63-35. Benninga around a screen. A lot of Bulldogs there. Kinsey continues the Cold Dragon shooting. They're now 2 of 15 from downtown. This is Joshua Brown. No. Baumgartner the rebound. Baumgartner. No.
Nice job there by Gabe Myron, anticipating that rebound. Able to connect there, Jacob. Myron again with another offensive rebound. The dish and the dunk by Kinsey.
5 for Logan Kinsey, 63-37. If an hour ago or an hour and a half ago, whatever, when we started, if you would have said, hey, Steve, Minnesota Duluth's going to win this ball game, okay, I understand that. But in this fashion, I understand it's not over yet. But the way that they're carving the Dragons apart, there's a foul on Kinsey. This is just shocking, honestly, to me. And I know hopefully people understand that we're as middle of the road as they go when it comes to, right, giving both teams their fair share. This is just all the credit to Minnesota Duluth.
They've definitely come to play this evening, firing on all cylinders, as we talked about, just points in the paint, now knocking down three-pointers, getting to the line. And again, only 2 turnovers.
Still
at 2 turnovers for the game for the Bulldogs.
65-37. Here goes Logan Kinsey, 15-footer. Nope. Myron in the right place at the right time. McGee on the baseline. Nope. Look at Logan Kinsey. I mean, look, Myron and Kinsey the last couple of offensive possessions. Like I said, there's no give up. Whether the mountain is too tall to climb right now. Foul on Andrews. That's why we're here. We'll figure that out. But no give up right now. Dragons working hard on the offensive board.
Absolutely. Dragons, one category they are winning, 8 offensive rebounds, only 3. Now 9 for the Dragons, offensive rebounds, only 3 for Duluth.
Yeah, because they made all their shots. There's a McGee miss, but he got fouled.
Excellent point there, Steve. Bulldogs shooting 60% from the field.
We watch Lorenzo get fouled by Brown. This Brown guy, he can score too. He scored 25 in the championship game last year in a losing effort to the Dragons. (65-39), 12:22 left. Middleton between the circles. Here's Katona.
Oh, great anticipation there by Myron.
That Kinsey follow will not count. It was fun to watch, but it won't count. This foul's on Charlie Katona. It's his first, and this will put Gabe Myron as we watch Katona get him on the arm. And Kinsey's thinking, why'd you have to get fouled?
Love that follow-up by the young Kinsey.
Crashing
the boards, yes. And again, only the third turnover at Duluth so far this evening. Dragons able to capitalize here at the line.
65-41. 12 minutes left to go.
Still a lot of ball game left. The Dragons chip away at this lead.
Middleton. Inside.
Great pass, great back toe cut there by Middleton.
Middleton has 11 second half points. But Benninga, yes.
It's a good sign for the Dragons. Benninga knocking down.
We said that guy can shoot 9 in your eyeball in a hurry. Let's just, right, that's 3. Middleton in the paint.
Play as well.
25-point Dragon lead.
Bulldog lead.
Bulldog lead. What did I say?
Dragon lead.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, that would be incorrect. I was looking over. I saw Chad Walthall sitting downstairs with his wife. Middleton, no. Meister, the offensive rebound, and then he lost it out of bounds. It'll remain Minnesota Duluth basketball. The Dragons are 5-5 against Justin Wick in this, their 11th meeting against the former Dragon assistant bench boss under the aforementioned Walthall. The Dragons are going for their second Wick sweep. Doggies aren't making it easy. This is Middleton. This is Matty Thompson.
Wow, strong drive by Matty Thompson, finishing with the left, and more points in the paint for the Bulldogs. 50 points.
50.
50, a nifty 50 in the lane for this Bulldog team.
Maybe I've seen that stuff against your lower NAIA. McGee scores and gets fouled. When you got a height advantage across the board, but not like this. As McGee, let's watch it again.
McGee just banging, being relentless, finishing in the lane.
He got fouled by Matty Thompson.
14 points for McGee. Opportunity to get 15 here at the line. And there it is. Perfect for the strike, 5-5.
It was 19 at halftime. We're 10 minutes deep into the second half. It's 24, 71, 47. This is Katona. And a travel. Just the 4th Bulldog turnover. One of the very few things the Bulldogs have not done well tonight.
This is Jack. Jack has a debit card from Gate City Bank. However, it looks like a little night ninja took off with his card, as they sometimes do. But lucky for Jack, he can freeze his missing debit card with a tap of his mobile app. And even if his card is stolen or lost for good, he can go to any Gate City Bank location to get a new card issued instantly. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
All right, little fan cam presented by the Bridges Student Edition. A little drone competition. Yeah, there you go. Those are Hoops fans, and they're going, uh-oh. I think our Dragons are in a little trouble this evening. Those Dragon fans are thinking, you know what? I just went to class all week. I'm going to enjoy the weekend, right?
Right.
And they even know they're on camera. Oh, yeah. Look, Mom, I'm on Dragon Webcast. Right? They know it. They know it. 71-47. Dragon women, Minnesota Duluth women coming up.
Nice kick.
McGee. Nope. Rebound taken down by Charlie Katona. Here's Middleton working on Myron. Joshua Brown. Oh, wow. It doesn't matter who. 74-47. I think they only gave him 2 for that. Jacob Benninga fouled. They got Katona. Here's Benninga. 4 or 5 from the free throw line so far this evening. (74-49). It's a 25-point game with 8:50 left to go. Minnesota Duluth, 2 games behind the Dragons and Northern State. Coming into this weekend, Meister underneath, caught in the lane. Joshua Brown for another 3. Why not?
Back-to-back threes for Joshua Brown. And again, the Bulldogs just showing they're in the paint game and now knocking down the long ball as well.
Kinsey, yes.
Logan Kinsey with the answer. Dragons definitely need more answers like that if they want to get back into this ball game.
Yeah, they need a Jeopardy run, more answers than questions. Jack Middleton.
Oh, nice hands by Baumgartner. Another rare miscue for the Bulldogs. Dragons basketball. Again, turnover number 5.
Drew Blair will come back in, so will Joshua Strong. Middleton and Matty Thompson sit down. 8 minutes, 3 seconds left to go. This game was 17-17, and we were thinking to ourselves, oh, we're in for a Donnybrook. And Kinsey, no. Jacob Benninga loses his balance, but since then it's been pretty much all Minnesota Duluth. Strong and a foul. They got Myron, that's the 16th foul whistled against the Dragons. Trevor Kaiser will come back in. Remember, Dragon women to follow. They play the number 1 team on the women's side, Minnesota Duluth, 15-1 in the league. Their only blemish was last Saturday. Here's a foul. They get Kaiser?
Yeah, they got Kaiser inside. Him and Katona got tangled up.
They're going to put old Charlie on the free throw line. Dane Zimmer comes back in for the Dragons. Let's watch it again. Logan Kinsey got hit in the schnoz, and the foul was away from.
Oh, and he's bleeding.
Well, that's what happens when you get hit in the schnoz. You had a hairline fracture in your wrist. That doesn't bleed. You get punched in the face. See, now I wonder if they're talking about this.
Elbow to the face, yeah. Definitely open you up. A little bloodshed.
Just a reminder, we're back at it tomorrow afternoon as well. The Dragons will take on St. Cloud State. Jared and I will have it at 3:30 on the men's side and 5:30 on the women's side. Then the Dragons will go away next weekend to Bemidji and Crookston, and then they do that quad thing where they play the other two teams in their quad, which is Minot and Mary, to finish the season. February 16th, it's my birthday, by the way. February 16th at Minot, February 18th here against Mary, we'll have it, and that'll close the regular season. That is not flagrant. That is what we call an inadvertent elbow. I can't believe, again, we're missing Gene's territory, but I cannot believe this would be a flagrant foul.
No, looks like he was just clearing space, as you said. There's nothing malicious.
And I think Kinsey's nose just happened to be in the way.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, because as a player, if you get
Kinsey's nose,
Kinsey's nose, if you've ever been elbowed in the mouth or the nose, there's not nothing fun about that.
Right. And they got it right. That's right. In all seriousness, I'm sure Kinsey doesn't feel good about it, but I think he also knows that wasn't malicious of any kind. Here's Katona at the free throw line, a 1-and-1. This Katona is a 70% free throw shooter, as Bergstrasser is getting an explanation from Mike Gullingsrud. Okay. Katona makes free throw number 1. Fresh ingredients, hand-sliced cheese, and chef-inspired soups and sandwich recipes that will surprise and delight. Go to herbertandgerberts.com to order online, pick up and delivery, and remember to live life flavorfully. And there it is, a new career high for Charlie Katona, 29. His 28 came on November 19th, 2021 at Concordia St. Paul. There's a game of Twister that has erupted in the far corner, and Minnesota Duluth will take a timeout. 7:07 left to go. It's all Bulldogs.
We raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and
burgers.
There's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Richards Transportation has been a proud supporter and transporter of the Dragons since 1986. Call 218-233-3404 and book your next trip with Richards Transportation. I'm looking down, Jared, at Tim Bergstrasser, and he's just shaking his head. I think he can't believe what's happened tonight. Can you?
No, I'm with Coach on this one. It's in utter disbelief. Watch this Bulldog team just come in and, just have their way so far.
I'm going to put you in another uncomfortable. This is my job, is to put you in if you're Justin Wick, does this surprise you? Not that his team's played well, but up 27 on a pretty darn good Dragon team.
I mean, from a coaching standpoint, man, you know your players.
Okay.
You're practicing. You're having team meals.
Family,
absolutely. You know, this is why you recruited certain players to perform like this tonight, and so I wouldn't guess that Coach is too surprised by his players performing.
This is Blair on Zimmer. Here goes Brown in the lane, where Minnesota Duluth has gotten most of their points tonight.
Absolutely. Like plays like that, I don't think Coach is surprised that his player can penetrate and elevate and finish in the lane. And Brown's knocked down back-to-back threes. He's penetrated. You mentioned that he had 25 in the championship game, so it's not a surprise that he can score and make a hustle play like that.
He did. He's also a sociology major, which means he can think for himself. Here comes Joshua Strong. I don't know where that came from. It means he can deal. How's that?
That's fair. Clean that up.
Hashtag foot and mouth. Here's a foul. Hashtag athlete's tongue. Foul on Baumgartner. That Katona guy back to the free throw line. Now he's got all these points, he can comb his hair.
Talk about a stat line. 30 points, 5 for 5 behind the line, 9 boards, 4 dimes.
Eddie Benninga's checked in, 6-foot redshirt freshman out of Wyzetta, on the floor with his older bro, Jacob. Charlie Katona misses. That's breaking news. 82-52. Katona's 30. The difference. Foul. This game's gotten murky. Some sloppiness going on. Trevor Kaiser to the free throw line to shoot 2. That's his first point tonight.
Hey, CP2 with 15.
Trevor makes a pair. It's 82-54.
Get out! Get out!
Katona blows by Myron. Oh my! Oh, they're not going to count it. Oh, he flexed too.
Yeah, he saw him flex.
You know what? If they would have let that go, I would have said, all right, young man, it's your night. Right?
Yeah, you got to tip your cap. That would have been.
Well, let's watch this
points.
again.
Watch
Yeah, I'm going to get around this guy. This guy's pretty
1,
good.
2, 3 dragons.
Oh, come on. Give him it.
That's a tough finish in transition. Opportunity.
Oh,
then connect.
Turner missed the free throw because he was still flexing. 82-54, 5.5 minutes. Charlie, we're having fun with you because we're tipping our caps. Kaiser from downtown.
Dragons picking up full court. A little over 5 minutes left in this game.
Here's Austin Andrews across midcourt. As we look at Tim Bergstrasser, watching something that's only happened, right, one other time this year. Dragons have lost here. That was against Northern.
That's correct.
Katona, near side. Brown over Eddie Benninga. Oh my, is that guy on fire?
Wow, third tray from this side of the court. He is feeling it.
85-57, Zimmer scores. Just Zimmer's second bucket. Strong up top, Austin Andrews. And Minnesota Duluth, like the Dragons, are about to go a little deeper into their bench. Isaiah Watts ready to check in. Brown again. I don't think it would have counted. That's helping his stat line. 4:09 left to go. Minnesota Duluth on its way.
Inforum has been the leading local news source in the Fargo-Moorhead community for more than 130 years. Our journalists are local and have a unique understanding of the Fargo-Moorhead community because it's their home too. Experience the value of local news with Inforum. Read the news that matters to you at inforum.com.
Take it. Myron again with another offensive rebound. The dish and the dunk by Kinsey.
A highlight tonight, Gabe Myron, Logan Kinsey. Gabe Myron, our assist of the game, presented by your good neighbor State Farm agent, David Eggers, 85-59. Minnesota Duluth on top. The Dragons had 3 leads tonight, Jared. 2-0, 15-13, and 17-15.
Very early in this ball game.
13 minutes left. And then the ship left the harbor. Left Lake Superior. 85-59.
Dragons only 5 of 23 from behind the three-point line.
Drew Hagen's in. Jordan Johnson's in. Johnson with the ball. Owen Heckner. My guy, Chance Fazio, not in the game. There's Hagen. Nope. Meister.
Great hustle there by Kinsey, giving the Dragons another opportunity. Johnson knocked down the three. Always fun to see these young players come in and spark some
I don't
energy.
see him celebrate too much. His team's down by 23. I'm sure he's happy,
enough.
but
Fair
sure.
enough.
3.5 minutes left to go.
Fair enough, but again,
You don't do a touchdown dance when you're down 40.
No, I agree, but again, you want to see what your bench can do.
Enthusiasm. Oh, yeah,
enthusiasm,
absolutely.
See what your bench can do.
Oh, absolutely. Bring it. Yeah, they're down 23, right?
Yeah,
Well,
it's an
they'll just
opportunity.
play.
Yeah, from a player standpoint, it's an opportunity to show your coach, hey, I can contribute to a victory for this ball club.
Kinsey, up top Heckner. Drew Hagen, deep. Nope. Meister the rebound. 2:50 left to go. Post game coming up. Jared and I will give you a newsmaker of the game, play of the game, and some final thoughts. A whistle. And, oh, okay, Justin Wick just wanted to get Noah Paulson in. Charlie Katona is going to sit down. What a line for Katona. I have a feeling we're going to mention his game a little bit, his name a little bit later. 85-62, 2.5 minutes left to go. Watts. Johnson across midcourt, defended by Strong. Here's Kinsey, Eddie Benninga. Pickup game at the Y is broken out. 2 minutes left to go. It's a 23-point game. Strong, no. Meister, the offensive rebound, over Kinsey, no. And this will be Bulldog basketball. Here's Strong, and an offensive foul. They got Meister.
Yeah, Meister on the offensive foul there.
My guy Chance.
So you want to see Chance in the game?
Why does he still have a warm-up jersey on? He's not going to play tonight. Eddie Benninga. Worked on by Watts. Here's Drew Hagen. Up top, Heckner from downtown.
Heckner. Back-to-back threes for the Dragons.
Owen Heckner was 1 of 10 from the floor this season. before that triple. 85-65. Hagan. And a foul. They got Maddie Thompson. 58 seconds left to go. Johnson misses free throw number 1. He's now 4 of 6 from the free throw line this season. Double doink. 85-65, a 20-point Minnesota Duluth lead. They've led by as many as 30. Watts, no. Isaiah Watts playing in just his 8th game. Noah Paulson his 3rd as Eddie Benninga goes down hard with 41 seconds left to go.
Nice job there by Eddie. One stopping the ball, a little hesitation, get to the cup. Not able to finish, but a good opportunity to get 2 points at the line for the Dragons.
Well, you know what? You said shootout. Potentially, these two teams averaging right around 80 points per game. One of these two teams held up their end.
No, facts.
Paulson, no. Here's Jordan Johnson. No.
Kinsey with the putback.
Kinsey with the putback, and the Dragons aren't done yet. And a foul. With 14.2 seconds left, Hagan gets whistled for the foul. So this is Isaiah Watts at the free throw line for 2.
Watts knocking down his first free throw of the evening.
Minnesota Duluth is going to move to 16-7 overall and 12-5 in the league. The Dragons are going to fall to 18-5. This will be the first time this season they would have lost 2 of 3. They're going to move to 13-4 in the NSIC. Heckner, no. Hagan saves it in bounds, but that's going to do it. Minnesota Duluth, a solid 87-69 beating of the 19th ranked MSU Moorhead Dragon men. Justin Wick has a moment with Gavin Baumgartner. Tells him, maybe we'll see you down in Sioux Falls, which would be either this or the NCAA's, which would be the next time these two teams would meet. Minnesota Duluth beats the Dragons 87-69. Let's get to some post game. Let's start with the play of the game. Remember, Drew Blair was one of your players to watch tonight, and that's one reason why. Look at this little spin around in the lane, and he got points in the paint, and that's where Minnesota Duluth lived tonight. That's your play of the game, presented by Herbert and Gerberts. They bowled between the breads. Your player of the game, your newsmaker of the game, this was easy, maybe the easiest of the season. It's Charlie Katona. This guy just crushed the Dragons tonight. A career-high 30 points for Katona, who scored 30 points on 12 of 14 shooting, 1 of 2 from downtown. By the way, he also had a team-high 9 rebounds. Charlie Katona, your newsmaker of the game, presented by the Forum of Fargo Moorhead. Call the forum today to get, or call 241-5445 today to get the forum of Fargo Moorhead delivered tomorrow. And you want a stat of the game. How about the Dragons are now 5-6 against Minnesota Duluth Justin Wick during the 5 seasons against Wick. The Dragons have 1 sweep, have gotten swept twice, and now there have been 2 splits. The difference, the Dragons won in Sioux Falls in the championship game. That's your stat of the game presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. We look ahead. The Dragons host St. Cloud tomorrow at 3:30. You can watch that game. It's been a rarity. In fact, it's the first time. We've said it here. The Dragons will try to salvage the weekend against St. Cloud tomorrow at 3:30 right here on the Dragons Digital Network. If you want to watch the Bulldogs, they'll be on the NSIC network tomorrow at 4 o'clock against Northern State. This look at the upcoming schedule is presented by Bell Bank. Steve DeStatio and Jared Bledsoe one more time with you here on the men's side. We'll get you started with the women in about 20 minutes or so. This was a thumping by Minnesota Duluth. You said you weren't surprised. They're a pretty good ball club.
They are impressive. 54 points in the paint, only 8 turnovers on the evening. Just a phenomenal performance by that ball club.
If you're Tim Bergstrasser and Spencer Bland, what are you going to do when you have a little post-game meeting tonight to prepare for tomorrow?
I mean, Coach talked about it, the toughness. I think that's going to be an emphasis coming into tomorrow's game.
All right, that's going to do it for our men's side of the webcast. At 87-69. Again, we'll be with you in about 20 minutes. We're going to turn this webcast off and then fire it back up. The Dragons will take on Minnesota Duluth on the women's side.